Niaje, Wasi. How are you?
An endearing youthful greeting from the world's most powerful man to a delegation comprising of emerging entrepreneurs and innovators.
And all of you embody a spirit that we need to take on some of the biggest challenges that we face in the world. The spirit of entrepreneurship, the idea that there are no limits to the human imagination, that ingenuity can overcome what is and create what needs to be.
President Obama reiterating the importance of entrepreneurship in enabling ordinary people to contribute to the growth of the economy.
Entrepreneurship means ownership and self-determination, as opposed to simply being dependent on somebody else for your livelihood and your future. Entrepreneurship creates new jobs and new businesses, new ways to deliver basic services, new ways of seeing the world. It's the spark of prosperity.
The Global Entrepreneurship Summit is President Obama's initiative, which he announced in 2009, a year after he was first elected to office. The annual event is now in its 6th year.
We secured more than $1 billion in new commitments from banks, foundations, philanthropists, all to support entrepreneurs like you.
About 1,500 entrepreneurs from 120 countries are among the delegates here, waiting to seize the opportunity that this summit presents.
We're connecting you with the world's top business leaders and innovators. We handpicked more than 200 seasoned investors and entrepreneurs and brought them to this summit. I even brought a few of my presidential ambassadors for entrepreneurship. These are some of America's leading innovators and entrepreneurs. So if you see them, don't be shy. Pin them down, get their advice, pitch them your idea. That's why they're here. And don't be discouraged if they say, I'm not sure that's going to work. And they ask you tough questions. Because one of the things every one of these successful entrepreneurs will tell you is that along with incredible successes, they've had some failures as well, and they've learned from them.
It is a platform for budding entrepreneurs and innovators to connect with world business leaders, share ideas, and possibly secure deals and partnerships that would enable them to convert their ideas into real businesses.
Now, the challenge is, as so many of you know, it's very often hard to take those first steps. It's hard to access capital. It's hard sometimes to get the training and the skills to run a business as professionally as it needs to be in this competitive world. It's hard to tap into the networks and mentors that can mean the difference between a venture taking off and one that falls flat.
Obama announced that the U.S. government is setting up 3 entrepreneurship centers for women in Kenya, Mali, and Zambia.
As I've said, we're stepping it up to support women entrepreneurs. Women are powerhouse entrepreneurs. The research shows that when women entrepreneurs succeed, they drive economic growth and invest more back into their families and communities.
20 members of the U.S. Congress from both the Democrat and Republican parties accompanied Obama to this convention.
We wanted to come here. I wanted to be here because Africa is on the move. Africa is one of the fastest growing regions of the world. People are being lifted out of poverty, incomes are up, the middle class is growing, and young people like you are harnessing technology to change the way Africa is doing businesses, and Kenya is leading the way.
It is now upon the delegates here to court and make lasting relationships from the networking opportunity they have here.
So as you leave here today, I want you all to know that I believe in you. I believe that you have the drive and the passion to change the world.
President Obama's speech, brief but full of inspiration to the youth and women, particularly to those in the continent, to boldly take charge of Africa's economic renaissance. And that really is the crux of the GES Summit, which aims to ensure that the ideas and ingenuity of emerging entrepreneurs and innovators do not get lost, but are nurtured and financed to become globally competitive businesses. Sylvia Chebet, Citizen TV, at the UN offices in Gigiri, Nairobi.